Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. So we are studying the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and we discussed at length the detachment quality or factor which makes difference in practical life and spiritual life, or practical life connected with spiritual life. There are many emotions or attitudes of our mind which takes away the mind, rather which engages the mind. Where you are supposed to give you wholeheartedly the whole mind, but your mind is as if deposited in many places or fragmented in many places. So you are not able to invest, you are not able to give the full mind to it. And that needs the practice. A simple spiritual practice that you are sitting and trying to meditate or trying to do japa, and you will find not that you are not able to do, but within few seconds some thoughts will come, and we have different methods to control the thought, but practically we fail. I am telling from very practical point of view. You want to think about, say, a form of God on whom you want to meditate. But because of this attachment and aversion, because of your strong likings and dislikes, because of your hope of getting pleasure from the objects, or if your fear getting misery from certain objects, that only haunts you. When you sit for meditation, do you find it disturbing? Oh, I am so much disturbed. When I was entering, your main gate is yellow, I don't like yellow. Even if you observe, that doesn't become a factor for your disturbance, because it doesn't matter to you whether it is yellow or white or whatever color, it doesn't matter to you. What matters is these two kinds of objects: object of enjoyment and object of misery, which you have liking for, which you have dislike for. Liking is not a simple liking, but a desirous liking. The practice of mind is extremely difficult because it starts from the very, Krishna says, the while taking birth itself. Sarva bhutani sammoham saryayanti parantape. As soon as you are born with that ignorance. We now read philosophy and scriptures and all that. Think of that child, few months old child. Why the child is afraid of injection? Why he or she doesn't like to get his skin pierced by the injection? What experience or understanding is there which makes him or her afraid of? Is the Dehatma Buddhi, is the attachment with the body. And that comes, as Krishna says, that comes with, as soon as you are born, you have this ignorance come with you. That ignorance is called sin, in my opinion, in Christianity. That's why a child of any age will be baptized. What sin the child has committed? Their concept of sin is not a Hindu concept of sin. Hindu concept of sin is a mistake or a wrongdoing. But there, ignorance is this. The sin is ignorance. Ignorance is called sin. Because they don't believe in reincarnation. We believe in the past life, I have done some bad karma. They don't have the past life. Rather, they don't believe in past life. They have or not, we can't say. So there is something which we are born with. Our being extrovert is by nature that we are born with. That's everybody needs to be practiced to be introvert. Seldom a person becomes introvert by nature. Otherwise, we all are extroverts. So this detachment in a practical level is one kind of detachment. Initially forceful. Okay, I will not do this. I do not want this. But even if you renounce, that concept also Krishna discusses. From tomorrow you decide, no, I am renouncing this. I will not eat a particular fruit. But internally your desire to eat doesn't go. There is a nice sloka which says that. You may renounce. But to renounce internally, or rather to convince yourself that that is not the source of enjoyment, then only your renunciation will work. That's what Sri Ramakrishna always says. Let the renunciation happen in you naturally, organically, spontaneously. Don't force. He gives example of a wound. If you have a wound, after some time it dries up. And you can see, when it dries up, the skin becomes contracted, so irritation comes. And children, because of irritation, wants to remove the dry skin. Then again it becomes a wound. Sri Ramakrishna gives this example. The dry skin will fall off by itself. Don't force it to remove. In the same way, yes, you put effort to renounce. But those who cannot renounce and forcefully renounce, it doesn't last for a long time. Again, it becomes attached to the object. So this detachment in our life, why detachment is appreciated and talked about in the scriptures? Otherwise, the state of mind, and we are not stable. There is not only one object which makes us happy. There are thousands of objects which makes us happy. Thought about a particular object is called a vritti, or the modification of the mind. So there are 1000 objects. So mind is thinking about A, then A1, then A2, then A3, then A4, and then A5 and all that. You want to concentrate on B, the mind will not. After long practice, what will happen? You concentrate on B, again goes to A, again bring down to B, again go to A3, again brought down to B, again go to A10. Mind doesn't get fixed on the object of meditation, because there are many objects with which we are attached. What is the attachment? Attachment is your attraction towards the object, considering that object as the source of your happiness. If not, there is no reason for you to get attached to. Nowadays we don't see. Many years before, when our children used to go for evening prayer, sometimes all of them sing so loudly the evening prayer. Why? Because today dinner is special. That exuberance is there. Or today good dinner, good food. They are very enthusiastic, and in prayer also they sing loudly. We also cannot contain the happiness, many times in our adult life also. That which is going to fulfill your desire. Flight ticket is booked, tomorrow early morning flight, at night cannot sleep because of that strong desire. To remain cool, not so much distracted by the objects. That coolness is called detachment. Not that you need to renounce everything. It's not possible. You have to remain in the society. Even if we are monks also, we live in the society and we have the objects to deal with. But you deal with it without getting involved. That spirit is called detachment. Why? Because your mind is not invested there. It's very difficult for me to explain. Apparently, as if you are involved, internally not involved. Externally, all of us have to function, but internally not attached to. How you know that you are attached or not? When you have to give up that object, if it creates pain, that means you are attached. So if you have less and less attachment with the objects of the world, then only you can be attached to that spiritual object, whether name of God or the form of God or any types of positive vibes. That's why the teaching of renunciation comes. That's why Sri Ramakrishna's teaching of seclusion comes. You live in a quiet place alone, without minimum objects. There are some places where, think of a big plot of land at the bank of a river, and in that there are small huts are made. One is here, one is near the big tree, another is near the gate, like that distance. And people go and stay in this room, in this ashrama, in this room, alone. No second person is with you. You cannot say, oh, we husband and wife can stay and then we do sadhana. No, only one person alone. And they lock it from outside. There is a window where there is a small platform where the food will come and food will go, empty plate will go. You do not see a human being. There is no window, only like these small windows are there where little air circulation comes. And there is a record of people staying there for more than a year alone in this room. Because you went there for sadhana. No intoxicant is allowed there. Nowadays no mobile phone, Wi-Fi is allowed there. You say, no, without tobacco I cannot survive. No tobacco, no smoking. You are allowed with, you don't need many clothes also. But you stay alone, completely detached. You don't hear a human sound. Only the chirping of the birds in the morning, etc. Why they did this? Is for you to experience this seclusion completely away from your normal life. No need to talk to anyone. No radio, mobile phone, nothing is there. So there is no entertainment part of it. At the most you can keep some books. You can take some books with you. Simple food will come. Yes, you have a difficulty. That's a different aspect, that you put a small piece of paper writing that I think I have fever. Then doctor may come and attend you if necessary. Generally, no. Then you start experiencing that what Sri Ramakrishna says. In between, one must go to seclusion. When you go to seclusion, you start realizing which are the objects with which I am attached to. You start missing the objects. What you miss are the objects which you are attached to. And how to be detached with those objects? So far as those objects become or remain source of happiness to you, till then it is difficult to be detached. Because we have no experience of any higher kind of happiness. So, then the teaching of seclusion will come, then teachings of purity will come, then teaching of concentrating on a particular type of life comes. But why this detachment is told to practice? Whenever we say God is like this, scripture says God is like this, immediately we think I am here, you are here, there is a God somewhere, a person. Here is the problem. God is within you. Your ultimate, your identity is God. How it can be? We are all different. How same God can be my identity? To make it simple way, your consciousness, your awareness about yourself is in a way first impression of God within you. If that is in you, and it is not God is in me, as we have a blood and a heart and the kidney and all within me in body. No, not from that point of view. Me, who is attached to the objects of the world, if I am detached from there, I start meditating on myself within me. That my I consciousness in the pure form. Think that in mind, then we understand why God is like this. Na kartritvam, na karmani lokasya srijati Prabhu. This Prabhu, this God, this self, doesn't have the agentship. Let us understand the agentship. When I do like this, I know that I am doing this now. This is the agentship. Who makes the noise? I make the noise. Who is speaking? I am speaking. So I am the karta. Speaking is a karma. So I am the karta. I am the doer. I am the agent to make this sound from my mouth or from my hand. God doesn't do like that. Why? We come to it. So there is no agentship. We have discussed many times. But there are many things which you do. Nobody else do for you. You do it. But still you do not have the agentship, or you do not have the feeling or realization that I am doing it. Now I am speaking, I am aware that I am speaking. I make this noise. I am seeing. How to be free from this agentship? No, they are not telling you to be free from that agentship. Is there any action which you do, but still you do not have the sense that I am doing it? You do it. Nobody else will do it for you. Night you took nice dinner and slept. Morning the food is digested. Who digested food for you? Third party. Do you have this sense in the morning, oh, I was busy in digesting food whole night? No. You just sleep. The system digests. So this is a very interesting, as soon as it comes in English, we think it is so logical. The system digests the food. Okay. What is that system? Automatically happens everything. If a person takes food and dies, do you think his food will be digested? Then why your food is digested? Oh, because I am alive. What do you mean by alive? That consciousness, that I consciousness is there, which is attached to this motor vehicle, body, hands, feet, etc. And that says, I am doing this, I am doing that. But that body sleeps. Mind also sleeps. No even dream. But the body keeps on working. When new computers started coming and we came in contact, I'm telling you about those days where you used to have a dot matrix printer and all that, floppy disk and all that. So there is a clock. I can see in the computer on the screen there is a clock. Night 9 o'clock I switched off the computer. Morning 6 o'clock it shows 6 o'clock. It doesn't show 9 o'clock in the night. Clock was working inside. Just example, you have a reason, I know. Even if you shut down your computer, there is one part of the computer is still on. I don't know technicality, many of you may know. They say, even if I switch off the phone, in one way it is still on. For me it is off. Which you do not know becomes a mystery for you. As soon as you know the mystery, it becomes science for you. Here is that simple difference. So your waking state, your dream state and your deep sleep, where you are attached with body and mind in the waking state, you are attached with only mind in dream state, and when you are not attached to your body and mind, that you in deep sleep is not an agent. Fortunately, you don't have that many mosquitoes. You go to India, sometimes you see, how this red spot came. You were asleep, you don't remember that you have killed a mosquito. You have not, no remembrance. But you only killed, no, your hand only reflex action came. That act, you don't have the agentship. You ate the food, you digested the food, no agentship. When you are attached to your mind, you say, I'm thinking about Bhagavad Gita now, then I think about this now, then I think about that. When you are attached with your body, I am walking, I am sitting, I am doing this. That I changes as soon as you are connected with the body and mind, or you are connected only with the mind. But when you are not connected with body and mind, still that I remains. That I is not destroyed. That's why we have a very spontaneous realization. Tell me, for 1 second you were absent as your own I consciousness. Even in the deep sleep, your I consciousness remains. Yes, there is no other object to express. There is no memory, because there is no object. Shankaracharya nicely puts, only a mad person will say that I didn't exist this time or that time. Your existence is continuous. Can you imagine, if you want to meditate, can you imagine when your existence started? We don't have remembrance when we started to exist. Your date of birth, your parents told. If they told it wrongly, you follow it wrongly. And you are not aware about your birth. In the same way, you will not be aware about your death also. We are all born one day, no? Do you have the memory of your birth? No. In the same way, you will not have memory of your death. Many times people are afraid of death. Every day when you go to sleep, you are disconnecting yourself with the body and mind. Because of the fragileness of the body, you will disconnect and never to connect again. Many people say, so life ends. Nothing less, nothing more. We believe no. One chapter closed, another chapter you open somewhere else. And that is being proven in one way or other. But the reincarnation is not something which we want to discuss here. So, if I can remain detached, shut down from all the objects of the world, including my own body, including my own name, including my all my adjectives. I am doctorate, I am this, I am that, whatever in the waking state, all get dissolved. Remember the first time when Sri Ramakrishna touched Swami Vivekananda, he said, what you are doing to me? I have parents at home. Everything gets dissolved. Nothing remains. That's why the pralaya is translated as dissolution. But the dissolution happens every day. Every day when you sleep, when you go to deep sleep, you are not disconnected with this world only. You are disconnected any of your identity which is connected with this world. In your deep sleep, do you remember your name? No. Are you male or female? No. Are you in Singapore, India, America? No. Because these are all this worldly, waking state affairs. Doesn't go there. But you are there. When you wake up in the morning after deep sleep, do you think I was not there? No, I continued. Somehow I did not know anything. But I was very happy. What is the reason of our unhappiness in this world? Just for 1 minute, let us analyze. What is your pain? Either it is a physical pain which is body related, or it is a pain of losing an object of enjoyment, or rather contracting or getting the object of misery. These are the only pain. When that itself is not there, nothing to be detached with, nothing to be attached with, nothing to be attracted, nothing to be distracted, nothing to be getting pain from, all the objects are taken away. But you remain. And that you has a spontaneous happiness. A nice example is given by Vasishtha to Rama. Vasishtha says to Rama, think of that child which is just born, say 1 month old or 2 months old child. Everybody is fast asleep in the night. The child wakes up. Doesn't need an object to be happy. But child will cry if it is hungry, or if it has a soiled place or whatever. Vasishtha says to Rama, be like that child who doesn't need any object to be happy. It is happy in itself. And the child, keep a camera on. All of you are sleeping. The child woke up in the night and throwing hands and feet. That example also Vasishtha gives. As the child throws his hands and feet, what is the purpose? No purpose. Just because it is happy. Like that, you throw your hands and feet and do work of the world. Just like that child. No purpose. No purpose is difficult in this state, so keep a positive purpose. Then positive also you give up. Swamiji says, doing good for the sake of goodness. Because it is good to do good. By doing good, I don't need anything. I don't need appreciation, I don't need promotion, I don't need anything. I just do good work because it is good to do good. The detachment comes from there. Or that is the meaning of detachment. Because your real nature is a detached nature. In ignorance we are attached to the objects. And God gives you this detached state of existence every day. No kartritvam, no agentship in this I. No karmani, lokasya srijati prabhu. It does not create any agentship nor any objects for anyone. Think of that existence of yours every day, like practically from waking state, if I want to see 5-6 hours of my deep sleep, I have in this state, I am in this state. I exist happily. I exist happily because I am not torn apart by the objects of enjoyment or misery. Now we are carrying the load of what? Load of responsibility, load of duty, all concept in our mind. And as soon as the concept is changed, as if your load goes away, because it was in your mind, attachment. Na karmaphala sanyogam, nor have the association with the fruits of action or the result of action. In waking state, whatever you do, you are affected by the result. If somebody is sitting here continuously do like this, so don't do it. Every action you do has a result. Result on yourself, result on others. When your actions are beneficial to the society, they say you are a good person. When your actions are harmful to society, they say you are a bad person. It's an action. But Atman, or your, in a real sense, you, have nothing to do with good and bad. How it is? Now we are reading Bhagavad Gita. Light is on. Instead of Bhagavad Gita, if I read a novel, is the light affected by that? No. The sun will shine on all, whether you are a good person or a bad person. This light has nothing to do with whether you are reading Bhagavad Gita or anything else. Your I within is as detached as that. It doesn't have any connection with this. But because we are attached with the body, because we are attached with the mind, because of that, we get colored, and that colored I is reflected as ego outside. But when you become detached, it is altogether a different experience of life. One artist play violin, and his tickets are sold in hundreds of dollars. People want to buy ticket, full house. People spend so much money sitting in front and seeing and hearing him. The same artist, in a disguise, sat on the footpath and played violin. Nobody cared for him. These are all there in social media. Nobody bothered him. Forget about paying money and hearing him. Same artist. So what was attracting them? Music anyway you don't understand. Those who buy ticket and hear the music, 90% of people don't understand music. Maybe that, I have seen him live like that. Same artist, in a disguise, sat on the footpath, played the same violin. There is a real incident, not on footpath but on the subway of metro. Upstairs is the auditorium and you have purchased ticket of that. After 1 hour you are going to hear him after paying $50-$100. Same artist is sitting on subway with a small handkerchief in front to get few dollars, playing the same violin, playing the same tune. Nobody cared for him. Why this example I am giving is, that I within has nothing to do with this. Nothing means absolutely nothing. There is one person who had opportunity to take best food possible, full stomach, very happy mind, and slept. Person B couldn't get food today, drank little water and slept. The dreams can be different because of the physical condition, but deep sleep experience is the same, because eating good food and not eating anything at all has to do with the body and has to do with the waking state experience. Deep sleep experience has nothing to do with all this. That's why as soon as your level of existence, as soon as who you are, that I, that realization who you are changes, your total scenario changes. Think nice, there are some plants here. Suddenly a tiger comes. Who will run away? You all will run away. Do you think the plants will be afraid of him? No. But if a goat comes, we will not run away. Maybe the plant will shrink, because plant is afraid of goat, not of the tiger. Total level of existence is different. If we all are here and there is a child of 2 years or 3 years, I give chocolate to everyone, who will be the happiest? The child. Same chocolate. Because of the attachment. Chocolate doesn't give happiness. It is your appreciation for the chocolate which gives you happiness. Same object is giving me happiness today. As soon as my state of mind changes, even medically, as soon as my state of mind changes, the object doesn't give me happiness anymore. We had a doctor, and being a Bengali, he was very fond of sweets. He had a brain hemorrhage. Some blood oozed out and then clotted. So doctor operated him. So he was unconscious for a small period. He became normal. His wife, as usual, don't give me sweets. No, but you like sweets, no? No, I don't like sweets. No diabetes change, no sugar level change. Maybe appreciation for sweetness, that nerve is affected now. That object no more gives happiness to him. And I have seen him after that also. He said, "No, Swamiji, I don't know. After that operation, I have no liking for sweets." All your behavior, external, depends on this particular state of affairs. As soon as it changes, everything changes. But more you concentrate on that I, that's why many times we say, your spiritual progress, if you think that you are not progressing, you can have a big leap in your spiritual progress just by this small exercise. When you wake up in the morning, before any file is opened, before you start thinking anything, try to remember who you were in deep sleep. Then your file will open. Oh, I have to go to office. Oh, I have this. Oh, today is this. Immediately. Tell me, all of us, even dead of night you wake up, once you will look at the phone if there is any message or not. Have it. When I wake up in the morning, let me try to remember. You remember dream, but you never think of that long span of deep sleep. Try to remember the experience of that. You say, but mind is sleeping, how to remember? Correct. That's why it is called deep sleep and not samadhi. In deep sleep you have these two covering on yourself. One is called ajnana vritti, one is called ananda vritti. Everybody after deep sleep, if you have a nice sleep, if I am a guest in your house, first time when you meet me, Namaste Swamiji, slept well? What does it mean by that? Whether I had a deep sleep or not. Technically you don't ask. Had good dreams? You don't ask this question. Did you had a deep sleep? After waking up, trying to remember your own existence in deep sleep. And there is a universal sentence which comes out of your mouth, irrespective of who you are, from where you are. In Sanskrit, our scripture says, Sukhamaham aswapsam na kinchidavedisham. I was very happy, but I didn't know anything. But you don't have that experience that I was not there. No, I was there. I was very happy in deep sleep. And that you do, and try to perceive your existence there in deep sleep. This too will come. Let it come. Keep on trying to remember it. And then a kind of wisdom grows that if I am that with full happiness, yes, with ignorance, if I really reach that state voluntarily, not after ignorance, we fall in sleep. We fall asleep, no. You don't say I entered into sleep, no. When you start entering the sleep, Swami Turiyananda ji, he is not sleeping. So people say he must have insomnia. They say, Swami, you must sleep. So I say, yeah, I want to sleep. But not I don't want to fall asleep. I want to enter the sleep. My eye consciousness remains. Even that is told in a normal way. If these two vrittis are taken away, when you enter the sleep, when you be alone, without your body, without your mind, and without these two modifications of happiness and ignorance, that state is called samadhi. Samadhi has many varieties, could be, but this is the first concept. Realizing, identifying yourself, who you are, then everything becomes secondary. We'll take it next. Today is Ekadashi. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.